So we are here in the World Money Fair, and we are very, very fortunate to be able to sit down with Germania Mint and find out all the good goss and a bit of history and all that sort of stuff. So, introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Szymon Kurowski, owner and founder of Germania Mint.
Excellent. Okay. Now, for those that don't know, what is the Germania Mint?
It's quite difficult to answer. On one hand, we are Mint. On another one, we are doing much bigger view of products. We do packaging for different mints all around the world. We do custom product for numismatic companies and for the mints. We trade wholesale precious metals and numismatic all around the world.
Yep. How did Germania Mint come about? How did it start?
The whole history of my company began in 1986 when my father opened a numismatic store in Jelenia Góra, small city in Poland.
Okay.
For the next 20 years, he was trading old coins, banknotes, stamps, and stuff like that. I was helping him as a kid, so I was sorting the coins. When I was older, I was already selling and buying old stuff. When I graduated my high school, I decided to work on the full-time job. So I took over the company from him with one employee, and we grow to the actual moment when I have 260 employees.
So you've got 260 now?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. So was there any manufacturing when it was your dad's business at all?
Not at all. It was just a shop with one employee, so only buying and selling in old-fashioned way.
Okay, so what made you go from a shop to manufacturing?
Honestly, the first manufacturing was the packaging business.
Yep.
So I remember this was 2008. Our city have an anniversary of 900 years. We got a contract with the city to produce for them the tokens, commemorative token for that occasion. We developed that in the cooperation with Mint of Poland.
Yep.
So they struck us the coins, and then we sell some volume for the city for promotion purpose. Some of the product we distribute to the collectors in Poland. But during the time, it happened that we started doing more and more projects like that for different cities in Poland. But unfortunately, after 2-3 years, the market for this kind of stuff went down. So we start looking for the opportunity to add some value. So I figured out the idea to make a paper plastic version of product. And this was the moment when we started producing, but not in-house. We was using 12 subcontractors all around our city. So we was creating printing here, tooling there, plastic somewhere else, and then in the end we combined the whole assembling with the tokens. And we was doing the volume like 500, 1,000 pieces maximum. During the World Money Fair 2010, I visited the Berllin, here where we are now.
Yep.
And walking around like normal person, I was just asking different mints if there is any chance for business together, if we can buy their product to distribute on the Polish market. And after the talk, I was giving my card and the nice paper set of Polish circulation coins. It happened that 1-2 weeks later, the Belgium Mint came with the inquiry for 30 or 50,000 blisters, which we...
30,000?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a difference from 500.
Exactly. So this was the huge story to develop that project to the end, but we succeed. After that first order, I decided to...
Hang on. Okay. How many sleepless nights did you have trying to work out how to do that?
It was challenging, believe me. So I remember the ready package with product we had everywhere in the company because we had a small shop, basically everywhere. There was the bunch of packages up to the roof just to keep them. Even in my apartment, I was keeping something for a few weeks just to store that before we deliver the product.
Did you assemble them all by hand?
Yeah, totally, by hand.
30,000 by hand?
Yeah.
How many of you?
In that moment, I think we was 8-10 employees together.
Oh, good grief. That would have been a busy weekend.
Not only one.
Okay, so you've got this order for 30 or 50,000 of these.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what? We saw an opportunity in that market. So I decided that I want to do more projects like that. I already had the first a reference piece with Belgium Mint. So it was an amazing product to go to another mint and ask for cooperation.
Yeah.
So I used that as a reference to sell more. So I put finger in my city, make a circle of 1,000 kilometers around, and for next 2 years I was traveling all around the Europe asking for similar business with the different mints. So with most of them, I think with all of them, we are working till now.
Now, I happened to spoken to you a little bit about this beforehand. How did you go around all these mints?
How? By car?
Yeah, come on, there's more than that.
Yeah, that's true. I told you yesterday. So this was the moment when in Poland, basically there was no highways. So to go to Vilnius in Lithuania, it was like 14 hours in one direction.
Yeah.
And this was the moment when I was starting. So there was no place to rent a hotel or Airbnb or whatever. So this was like one direction and back in one trip. So I changed my car into the sleeping wagon. So I was traveling so long as I was tired, then I was sleeping on the parking place and go forward. And every week I was in a different place, yeah.
So just the mattress in the back of the combi van and away
Exactly.
you went?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you miss that?
Not really, not really. But yeah, this was nice time.
So how, you just said that you're still working with a lot of those mints now?
Yeah, with all of them, yeah, honestly, with all of them. So with the next mint was Hungarian mint, Lithuanian mint, Slovakian mint. So this was amazing time for us to develop, start business together. I'm very happy that till today we are working so close that not only paper blisters, but we also do a bunch of other plastic capsules, wooden boxes, acrylic glass displays. With some of them we are still working and making for them ennobling of coins if we have something new invention. So this is quite nice.
So are you still using subcontractors to produce a lot of these things, or?
With packaging, not anymore. With enhancing, not anymore. So during the time when we realized that with some of the partner we are not able to work, slowly we was insourcing that to us to be more reliable, to give the better feedback, better lead time, better quality of product. And we became, I think, one of the best producer in our field of custom packaging.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can speak from our experience with you, and our viewers would know that we've sold quite a bit of your product. It's absolutely world class. We're
always trying to develop the product with story behind. So even the, let's say, simply paper blister have nice embossing finish on the surface. We test a lot. I remember the paper blister with the squealer and the nuts on the design.
Yep.
So we done the special ink, which was smell like a nuts.
Oh, really?
But honestly, not like a real one. It wasn't so perfect one, but in the print house when we was doing that, you was smelling that nut for next 1 week or something. Yeah, but when you touch the paper, then everywhere in the air was that smelled. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've been producing now, 10, 15 years, really, haven't you? What's been your worst one, and what's been your best one that you're most proud of in all that time, in design or packaging or
I think it's difficult to say. Always the worst are if we done a mistake, but I think the biggest success of my company is that we are learning on our mistakes. So we are human like everybody, but we always want to improve what we do. In case of quality, in case of customer service, in case of designing. So when there's little mistakes, no problem, bigger mistakes, life, yeah? But in the end the most crucial is that we are going forward. What I like the most it's that we are developing a lot of stuff which are first on the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like for example collector bars with colors, one of our last week invention.
Yeah.
In the end it's nothing special, it's just the bar, antique finish, nice color on the top. But nobody done it before. Nobody done it with the marketing like we. Nobody done it on that scale. And I think this is the future, to be at the front, to change the market, to create the market, right? To not copy existing solutions, but to create our own. So this is something what also my employee like, because we are developing nice stuff, but we are having fun with that.
Yeah. Because you produced a 2 ounce bar specifically for the World Money Fair, didn't you?
Exactly.
And that sold out relatively quickly, I believe.
I heard 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So that's on a 3-day conference.
Exactly.
You already sold out in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful bar. Hopefully we've got some footage of it.
We have one last piece here with number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that? You're going to auction it off, or?
Yeah, I think you can take it with you for some auction, which you can do for your audience. What do you think?
I think that's a fantastic idea. Yeah, I think the audience will love that. Excellent. No, we'd love that. That'd be great. Where to from here? What's your next goals? Where are you going to be in a year's time or 5 years' time?
I put the vision to become the most recognized mint in the world. So
Brilliant.
slowly we want to go into this direction.
Yep.
For sure, we will never be the biggest one, or we will not sell the biggest volume of silver ounces or gold ounces, this for sure. But I think with our approach for the quality, for the design, it might be, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly, from our perspective, you're certainly well on the way to that. We love your designs in Australia. Very hard to get enough of them sometimes with some of your, particularly your coins and some of these new bars that you're bringing out. Yeah. It's been amazing, and you've had an incredible display here. One thing I copped a hiding for with you guys was the copper bars that you produced.
Yes.
That we brought in.
Yeah.
Are you still producing the copper bars?
Yes, and we even plan to add 2 new sizes, 1 and 2 ounce. So I think that could be also something interesting for you. So wait a moment for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your 3 main lines, is it? Copper, silver, and gold.
Yeah.
No thoughts of going into platinum or anything along those lines?
I think in the future, yes. The platinum, palladium, it's quite interesting metals, but honestly quite low in the scale of the business. So for now, we don't have them in the real planned timing for this year, next year, but they are on my list to do.
Fair enough. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
You've developed an amazing company. I don't think there's anyone that could argue against that. You've taken it from a single shop to this, it's 260 employees, incredible products, incredible packaging, and you are already recognised around the world as one of the best.
Thank you. I hope that next year you could visit us in Poland and make some life over there.
I think I'll be hard pushed to stop Ruben coming over next year one way or another to do some filming.
Yeah.
I know a couple of your staff have actually extended that welcome, and Ruben's been all over it. So I dare say next year we will be taking an extra bit of time out for the Money Fair, and we'll come and see you. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.